The maximum speed of a particle executing SHM is 1 meter per second and maximum acceleration is 1.52 meter per second square. Its time period is 4 second, 1.57 second, 2 second, 1 by 1.57 second. So maximum speed is given, maximum acceleration is given. Maximum speed is a omega, that is given 1 meter per second. Maximum acceleration is a omega square, that is given 1.57. We need to find its time period. So if I take a maximum by v maximum, I'll get a omega divided by a omega square divided by a omega, that is equal to omega, right? So what is this omega? A maximum divided by v maximum. Substitute for these two. A maximum is 1.57, v maximum is 1. So omega is 1.57. Omega is what? 2 pi by t is equal to 1.57, which implies t equals 2 pi divided by 1.57. See, 1.57 is half of 2 pi. So that will become 2 2s are 4. So it will be 4 seconds. That is option A. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Yes. Shall move on to next. Kinetic and potential energy of a particle executing SHM with amplitude A will be equal when its displacement is a root 2, a by 2, a by root 2, a root of 2 by 3. So kinetic energy should be equal to potential energy. See, kinetic energy of oscillating particle should be given by half m omega square into a square minus y square. Potential energy should be given by half m omega square y square. See, at extreme position y is equal to a, entire energy is potential. At mean position y is equal to 0, so entire energy is kinetic. Total energy will be half m omega square a square. Here they again both are equal. Kinetic energy and potential energy are equal. So equate them. Half m omega square into a square minus y square should be equal to half m omega square y square. Correct? Now half get cancelled, m get cancelled, omega square get cancelled. Now we are left with a square minus y square equals y square. So 2y square equals a square. Y square is equal to a square by 2. Y is equal to a by root 2. That is option C. Yes, this one is over. Yes, we shall move on to next. Question number 10. The variation of acceleration A of a particle executing SHM with the displacement y is shown in the figure. So which of the four represents the correct graph? So acceleration versus displacement. A is equal to minus omega square x, correct? Or omega square y, depending on whether you take x as displacement or y as displacement. So acceleration is directly proportional to negative of displacement. So this is of the form y is equal to mx. So it should pass through origin. But look at the slope. At the place of slope, we have minus omega square. So slope should be negative. So we should get a straight line with negative slope, and it is passing through origin because there is no intercept. It is y is equal to mx plus c. C is equal to 0, right? So slope is negative. So negative slope means must be option C. In option D, it is positive slope. So it must be option C. It passes through origin and it has negative slope. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. Velocity of a particle executing SHM varies with time as shown in figure. Variation of displacement of the particle from mean position with time will be as in. So these are the 4 options. So velocity graph is given. Note down this. You have to choose the correct option for displacement. Yes, these are the 4 options. So it should be the correct one. See, velocity is a sine function. At t is equal to 0, velocity is 0. So what do you get? Velocity is a omega sine omega t. This is what we have. So if we integrate this, we'll get displacement. So displacement should be, integrate this, what do we get? A omega sine omega t, if we integrate, you'll get minus cos omega t divided by omega, correct? So omega omega get cancelled, you'll get minus a cos omega t. So you should get a cosine function. Cosine function is either this or this, but there is a minus sign, so it must be option C. It starts off from negative maximum. At t is equal to 0, x is equal to minus a. So you can notice that, so it should be option C. See, there is minus sign here. So this is a cos omega t. This is minus a cos omega t. See, it starts off from plus a. It starts off from minus a. That's all. Right? Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. If two SHMs are represented by equations, y1 equals 10 sine of 3 pi t plus pi by 4 and y2 equals 5 sine of 3 pi t plus root 3 cos 3 pi t, find the ratio of their amplitudes. Look at the second one, it is superposition of 2. So we have to bring it under single function, then it will be, then we can compare the amplitudes. Note down the equations. Yes. We shall take it to next slide. See, if I take y2, y2 is, I'll just multiply 5 inside, 5 sine 3 pi t plus 5 root 3 cos 3 pi t. Now, let phi is equal to a cos phi and phi root 3 is equal to a sin phi. See, here there is sine function, so let us take this as cosine function, where a is the resultant amplitude here. Here there is cosine function, so this let it be sine function. Now, if I take this, if I square and add these two things, I'll get a square equals phi square plus phi root 3 whole square. So a is equal to root of 25 plus 75, that is 100, that is 10. So a is equal to 10. So let us call this as 1, this as 2. Now divide these two. A sin phi divided by a cos phi will be tan phi. That will be equal to root 3. See, this divided by this, 2 divided by 1. Tan phi is equal to root 3. So phi will give you, if tan phi is root 3, phi is pi by 3. Correct? Now substitute for phi and a in the first equation. What do you get? Y2 equals a cos phi sin 3 pi t plus a sin phi cos 3 pi t. Correct? Now substitute for a and phi. Y2 equals 10 see, before substitution only we can do one thing. So this is cos a sin b, sin a cos b, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. So this is sin of a plus b. So a sin of 3 pi t plus 5, which implies y2 equals a is 10 sin of 3 pi t plus 5 is what? Pi by 3. This is y2, right? And what is y1? Y1 is 10 sin of 3 pi t plus pi by 4. You need what? Ratio of amplitudes. So a1 by a2 should be equal to 10 by 10, that is equal to 1. So it is 1:1, that is option D. Note down this. So this is the technique to solve the superposition of two simple harmonic motion. So this is superposition. We'll take one coefficient if amplitudes are different. See, this is phi root 3, this is phi. You cannot add them. One is sine function, other is cosine function. Coefficient of sine function, take it as a cos phi. Coefficient of cosine function, take it as a sin phi. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. Two particles execute SHM of same amplitude and frequency along the same straight line. They pass one another when going in opposite directions. Each time their displacement is half of their amplitude. What is the phase difference between them? Options are 2 pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 2. They cross each other at half of maximum displacement. Yes, let me take it to next slide for solving it. So the two particles cross each other at y is equal to a by 2 when they are traveling in opposite direction. So that means if I take the graph to understand what we need to calculate, so this is the graph for simple harmonic motion, y versus t. So this is y is equal to a by 2. This is y is equal to a. This is y is equal to a by 2. So this is one place, this is another place. So here it is going towards extreme position, here it is going towards mean position. We need to find phase at these 2 points, then we should take the phase difference. Right? So we have y is equal to a sin omega t. So put y is equal to a by 2. A by 2 is equal to a sin omega t. Right? So sin omega t is equal to 1 by 2. We shall do one thing, we shall take it as some sin omega t plus phi. Then what do we get here? Sin omega t plus phi is equal to half. So omega t plus phi is equal to pi by 3 or phi pi by 3. Both are correct. So either it is theta or 180 minus theta. For both of them, sine function is positive. Right? So this I'll call it as total phase sum delta. So delta 1 is first possibility, that is pi by 3. Yes, pi by 6 it is, not pi by 3. So this is pi by 6. So this is 30 degree, this is 150 degree. So first possibility is delta 1. See, this is delta 1, this is pi by 6. This is delta 2, this is pi by 5 pi by 6. See, what is this delta? Delta is total phase, right? Whatever is there inside, this entire thing is total phase. So delta 1 is total phase of first particle, delta 2 is total phase of second particle. If I take the difference, that will give you phase difference. So phase difference between them should be equal to delta 2 minus delta 1, that is 5 pi by 6 minus pi by 6, that will be 4 pi by 6, that is 2 pi by 3. See, easier way is, this is 30 degree, this is 150 degree, difference is 120 degree. So that must be option A. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A linear harmonic oscillator of force constant 2 into 10 power 6 Newton per meter and amplitude 0.01 meter has total mechanical energy of 160 joule. Which of the following statements is correct? Its maximum potential energy is 100 joules, maximum kinetic energy is 50 joule, maximum potential energy is 160 joule, minimum potential energy is 0. Yes. See, total energy is 160 joule. So maximum value of potential energy is 160 joule. Maximum value of kinetic energy is also 160 joule. See, potential energy is maximum at extreme position. Kinetic energy is maximum at mean position. Right? So at extreme position, potential energy is maximum, kinetic energy is minimum. At mean position, kinetic energy is maximum, potential energy is minimum. So it should be option C. So entire energy is potential. Yes, simple one. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. Displacement of a particle executing periodic motion is given by y equals 4 cos square t by 2 sin 100t. Number of independent constituent simple harmonic motions involved in 1, 2, 3, 4. So let us take this equation y equals 4 cos square t by 2 into sin of 1000 t. Now this will be, so 2 cos square t by 2 can be written as 1 plus cos t. So I can write it as 2 into 1 plus cos t into sin of 1000 t plus 1 plus cos t equals 2 cos square t by 2 from trigonometry. Now multiply this 2 into 1 into sin 1000 t plus 2 cos t into sin 1000 t. So this is of the form 2 sin A cos B. So that can be written as 2 sin 1000 t. So 2 sin A cos B can be written as sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. So it will be sin of 1000 plus 1, that is 1001 t plus 1000 minus 1, 999, sin of 999 t. So how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3. Look at them. All of them have different value of omega. That means different frequencies. So it's a superposition of 3 different independent SHMs. So it must be option C. What matters is frequency. 3 different frequencies, so 3 SHMs. Hey, that's trigonometry formula, man. 2 sin A cos B is sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. Transformation formula. This becomes these two terms. This is A plus B. This is A minus B. This is A, this is B. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A block is on horizontal slab which is moving horizontally with a simple harmonic motion of frequency 2 oscillations per second. Coefficient of static friction between block and the slab is 0.5. How great can the amplitude be if block does not slip along the slab? So slab is oscillating horizontally. The block kept should not slip. friction should prevent it. So for just prevention, force due to oscillation is m omega square a. Omega square into a is maximum acceleration. So maximum force should balance mu mg. It's a horizontal slab. So force due to friction is mu mg. Right? So mm get cancelled. You should calculate amplitude. So a should be equal to mu g by omega square. A should be equal to mu g by omega square. So that should be equal to mu is 0.5. I'll substitute for omega. Omega is 2 pi by t. So mu g t square divided by 2 pi whole square is 4 pi square. Correct? So it will be 0.5 into 10 into time period is 2 oscillations per second. So in 1 second there are 2 oscillations. So time period is 0.5 square divided by 4 into pi square. Roughly I will take it as 10. So this 10 get cancelled. So 0.5 square is 0.25. So this is, you can write it as half. This is 1 by 4. Half into 1 by 4 is 1 by 8. 1 by 8, 1 by 4, 1 by 32 meter. That is 100 by 32 centimeter. So it should be 3.1 centimeter. See, it makes 2 oscillations per second, means time taken for 1 oscillation is half a second. So time period is 0.5. So rest is just calculation. If omega is 2 pi by t, you have to square it, right? Omega square is there in the denominator. F is 1 by t. Now you can take f is 2, it will be in the denominator only. Instead of taking 2 in the denominator, I took half in the numerator. That's all. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. Yes. Question number 17. Two masses M1 and M2 are suspended together by massless spring or spring constant K. When the masses are in equilibrium, M1 is removed without disturbing the system. Find the angular frequency and amplitude of oscillation of M2. See, M1 is removed, then M2 will oscillate. So time period should be, time period of oscillation of spring mass system should be 2 pi root of M2 by K. Right? So you can find omega from this. Omega is 2 pi by t. So omega is 2 pi by t. That is equal to root of K by M2. So we got omega, angular frequency they have asked for. It's not there in the option anyways. Now we need to find amplitude of oscillation. See, what should be amplitude? When you remove M1, then it comes to equilibrium. So what will be the stretched position? That should be the amplitude. When you remove M1, it will come to equilibrium at M2, that is equilibrium position, right? So now it will oscillate. So due to M1, see only M2 when it is there, right? Let us say it stretches to some amount. Let us say only M2 is there. This is equilibrium position. This is only with M2. So it stretches to this position. When m1 is added, it will stretch furthermore from here, right? So to what extent it will stretch, that will be the amplitude. From here, this is original mean. This is mean with m2. So with m1, it will be furthermore, right? It will be extra. So what is that extra? That will be amplitude. So when you add m1 into g should be equal to k into amplitude. Amplitude is what? When you add m1, it will further stretch downwards, right? So a should be equal to m1 into g divided by k. That is option A, right? Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A particle slides back and forth between two inclined frictionless planes as shown in figure. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to motion of the particle? Motion is oscillatory. Motion is simple harmonic. If h is initial height, period is 4 by sine theta root of 2h by g. If h is initial height, period is 2h by g under root sine theta. See, clearly the motion will be oscillatory. It will oscillate about this mean position. When it falls from here, so it will pick up some speed by the time it reaches this mean position. Then because of inertia, it will climb up this plane. So planes are frictionless, so it will keep on oscillating. Again, it rises to certain height and comes back. If initial height is h, here also it rises to same height, so it is oscillate. But here acceleration has nothing to do with displacement, so it is just oscillatory. See, acceleration throughout remains constant. This way it will be g sine theta. So it doesn't change with displacement. Hence, motion is not simple harmonic. For simple harmonic motion, acceleration should be proportional to negative of displacement. So this condition is not satisfied here. So motion is oscillatory. That is correct. Now, if h is the initial height, we have to calculate time period. So time taken for this to slide down with acceleration g sine theta. See, time taken should be equal to root of 2s by a, correct? From equations of motion. So if an object is with initial velocity 0, if it is sliding down, s is equal to ut plus half at square you can use. So t is equal to root of 2s by a. Let us say length of the plane is some L. Then t is equal to root of 2L divided by acceleration is g sine theta. Correct? Now what is L? So if I take sine theta from the diagram, should be h divided by L. So L is equal to h by sine theta. So what happens to t? T is what? Time taken to slide down. So t should be equal to root of 2 into, at the place of L, substitute this, h divided by g sine square theta. That is 1 by sine theta into root of 2h by g. What is this t? T is time taken for this block to slide down from here to here. So how much time it will take to slide down? Same amount of time it will take to rise up. Then again repetition. So it should come back and go back. So time period of oscillation should be 4 times t. That should be 4 by sine theta into root of 2h by g. That is 3. So 1 and 3 are correct. That is option A. It appears so complicated, but it is very simple. See, definitely it is not simple harmonic because acceleration is constant here. It is not varying with time. Yes, in the meantime, note down today's homework. Homework is question number 1 to 20 in homework questions in advanced SHM. Make a note of it. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move to next. Energy of a particle executing SHM is given by E equals ax square plus bv square, where x is displacement from mean position, v is velocity of the particle at x. Then choose the correct statement. Amplitude is root of 2e by a. Maximum velocity is root of e by b. Time period is pi into root of b by a. Displacement of particle is directly proportional to velocity of the particle. See, let us check the first one. When x is equal to amplitude, let us say amplitude is small letter a, then v should be equal to 0. At extreme position, velocity should be 0. Then e should be equal to a into a square, which implies a square is e by a, capital A. So amplitude is root of e by a. But here it is given 2e by a. So this is not correct. Right? Then maximum velocity. So velocity will be maximum when x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, what happens to energy equation? E is equal to b into v maximum square. So v maximum should be equal to e by b under root. So this is correct. Right? Then time period. You have to calculate time period. See, energy equation, I'll write it at the top. E equals ax square plus bv square. See, this should be half m omega square x square plus half mv square. This should have been the case. Right? So a is half m omega square, b is half m. Right? So a by b is equal to omega square, which implies omega is root of a by b. So t should be what? 2 pi root of b by a. But here what is given? Pi root of b by a. So this is wrong. Correct? So this is wrong. And displacement of particle is not proportional to velocity. Displacement is proportional to acceleration. That's why it is simple harmonic motion. So this is also wrong. So correct answer is option B alone. Yes, hope you have taken this. So it's time up now. So we shall stop here. We shall continue in the next class. Thank you. Thanks for joining.